So, it's me, your little boy, K. Samson. I have this word to give us today. If you are new, you have not subscribed, please kindly subscribe and wait to the end of this video. The power of ego mindset. Let me just be real with us choosing ones. As a choosing, you are an ego. You are a lion. These two animals represent or is a symbol of what? Of a choosing. You need to understand that you are not like others. You are not like the rest of others. Ego flies above all animals, all birds in the air. And lion is the king of the jungle. So these two animals represent choosing. So what am I trying to say is this: one of the mindset of an ego is one, they don't eat dead animals. If you have ever seen an ego, it will be very difficult for you to see ego eating a dead animal. They always catch the live one. You know what I'm saying? So you will never ever see an ego eating or carrying a dead animal. What does that mean is that as a choosing, let your past be forgotten. Let your past, let it go, leave it in the past. Because many of us, our thought is that where we are yesterday, the difficulties, the pain, the delay, the betrayed, many of them are the cause why we don't have that strength to focus on the future. But you need to let the past die totally. Whatsoever that have go wrong in the past, or in any area of your life where you feel like you are not able to achieve things, or where you feel like you have some losses or you make some mistake, let it go. And another mindset of an ego is one, they always have this mindset of walking alone. Yes, believe me. And this is one of the signs of a choosing. That is to tell you that as a choosing, you are also an ego. Listen, it will be very difficult unless like all these domestic animals where they carry lions and where they carry lions, they trade them with other animals that you can see them playing. Like in the forest where lions are made to be, you will never see lion playing with dog or lion having friendship with other animals, unless maybe by mistake it is God intervention. Because I have watched some film where a lion take care of other babies of other species. So what am I trying to say is this: lion always walk alone, and ego specially always walk alone. You can never see ego flying with other birds or other animals in the air. No, they walk alone. You that is up there as a choosing, and you feel like being alone is a cost, or being alone is a disease, or being alone is something that is bad. Let me tell you, you being alone is a mist in which you dictate, you realized, and you increased your volume, you increase your thinking, you increase your memory in all ratification. Because let me tell you, if you are around people who always, maybe for instance, you are around, you have this mindset that you can't do it alone, and you walk around with people, cooperating with them, doing all sorts of things, a day will come where they will leave, and you may not be able to do or to withstand. Think about it. When I was in my former place, I have a lot of friends. We used to do stuff together, despite of the fact that they hurt me, they betrayed me. We used to do stuff. But why am I still doing what I'm doing? Because I have already learned that I can do it alone. I can fight alone. So what am I trying to tell you is that is that even if you are alone wherever you found yourself or wherever you are right now, believe me, as a choosing, you need to have these attitudes of walking alone, which is called the attitudes of an ego. The attitudes of an ego. And another thing, the another mindset of an ego is that they create this mindset of testing their female. If an ego meet another ego, maybe male or female, they meet another ego, in order for them to come in a relationship, as we used to do in the world today, you got to understand that the female will start to fly. And while flying, the female will do what? Will overnight live himself, testing the man, the strength of the what? Of the main ego, to see whether he will be able to catch him before he gets down. What does that tell you is that there are some people you need to test in your life. There are some people whom you are working with, or even in your working place, in your family. That is why I always tell us, you need to be careful of people around you, because many of them are just around you like a wave. Wherever they blow, they go. Wherever they go, they go. Why? Because the moment you test them, you know who is real and who is not real. It may be difficult, but the truth is this: by their fruit you will know them, so that you will know whom you partnered with, whether in relationship, so that you will not end up with those, or you will not end up with partners that will destroy your relationship with God. And another mindset of an ego is that they embrace storm. Listen, if you have ever seen an eagle flying where there is catastrophe in the air, where there is a lot of darkness everywhere, breeze, air, you will see that other birds will hide, but eagle will be flying, embracing, rejoicing in the storm. What does that tell you is that as a choosing, no matter what you are going through right now, you need to embrace it. No matter the circumstances around you, no matter the difficulties, no matter the delay, you can't be denied. But the another thing you need to understand is this: storm is one of our branches for growth as a choosing. So if you are up there, you encounter delay, you look at it as a cost, or you encounter difficulties, you look at it as a barrier, or you encounter frustration, you look at it as if it's something bad. Let me tell you, it's a mist in which God open way. It's a mist in which God show his glory and his marvelous ways. But the moment you start to feel like God is not in your side, God is not backing you, you start to make God feel less of himself, instead of you to embrace the storm and say, God, this is what you know in doing. Look at the life of Esther. When Esther was humiliated, embarrassed, rejected, frustrated, she embraced the storm around her, and she called her brethren, her brothers. He said, let's come together and pray. And the Bible said they gathered themselves and pray. And through the storm, God ordained, hey God, in Kubala di Bradoswa. You need to understand that is a mindset of an ego. As a choosing, whatsoever you are going through, don't think that God is not aware. That is why you need to be strong, be focused, be vigilant. Because everything always ends up working for your good. And another mindset of an ego is that they don't look down on themselves. Yes. What I mean is this: if you have ever seen an ego, or you have watched a film of ego, you can't understand that the ego you see today that is old, give him a month, they will renew their strength, they will renew their wings. That's why sometimes if you have a mountain around you, you will see an eagle sitting on that mountain. The reason why they sit there, they use their mouth to remove the old feathers, and they will expect the new one to grow. What does that tell you as a choosing? Hey God, I don't know how God is just bringing all these things. So, what does that tell you as a choosing? Is that anytime you encounter falling, anytime you encounter rejection, anytime it look like your business is going rough, anytime it look like your marriage is not going well, anytime you feel like you married the wrong person, anytime you feel like you are dating the wrong person, it's not too late to correct it by your word. Why did God give you that word? Why? Why? Because there is something in you that activates heaven. So what I mean is this: no matter where the lowest of your downfall, you will still rise again. So ego always have this mindset that no matter the level of their falling, they will still fall, do what rise. That is why whenever you see an eagle flying, they will just be like they are waving, they spread their ego, their wings like this. They'll just be flying. You'll just be seeing them as if they are going down. The next thing you see them up. Why? Because eagle never go down to the ground without rising up. So what am I trying to say is this: don't conclude yourself. Don't have that mindset that you fail today. That means there is no expectation of success tomorrow. Hey God. You are what? You are eagle. You are a lion. You always have this expectation of winning at the end of the battle. And another mindset of an eagle is that they believe within themselves that every end of the journey there is always expectation for success, as I've said earlier. Yes, believe me, anytime an eagle is flying, the only mindset they have is target. And eagle always, look at it, eagle always look ahead, not backward. You gotta say, eagle always, future the word, they are ahead. They always hope that there is something ahead of them. That is why anytime an eagle, if you have ever seen eagle taking a fish in the river, not that they just take it like that. They have already featured it from far that something is there. So anytime they move with speed, like a lion, the target. That's why if you see a lion pursuing a bunches of either a pig or sheep or any type of animals that move in bundles, that move like 8, 10, 20, 30, that move, only one their target. They don't target all. So what am I trying to tell you as a choosing? You need to have that mindset of focusing. Don't focus on what is already gone. Don't focus on the things that you have lost. Don't focus on the things that you have where you failed. Focus on what you are going to accomplish. Just believe me, because many of us, the reason why we are still where we are today is because we believe that our friends fail. We believe that someone up there failed. I hear that my friend failed in that business. I hear that my colleagues have carry over in his or her career in school. I hear that my brother failed in his or her business. I hear that my mother was a businesswoman in 10 years ago. I hear that my father was rich before, but now he's poor. That means if I start it now, I may end up like them. Incubatare bracoma, God forbid evil. Why? Because there is something that makes you different. Listen to me, there is something. You need to have that mentality. Because the Bible says, as man thinketh, so he is. You need to reject every spirit of every spirit of where other people stop. That is where you will stop. You need to bound it, reject it, and let it go. Because that is what is holding a lot of choosing backward. Look at the life of Judas Iscariot. What hold Judas Iscariot back is because of the expectation he was trying to get what people have already given them in the past, not what is ahead of them. Hey God. That is why he lost the kingdom. That is why he lost the privilege. That is why the devil used him. So you need to have that mentality of ego, that the future is always bright, despite of what? Of yesterday. That the future is always great. And the future is always greater than what? Yesterday and today. You know what I'm saying? So you need to have this mindset that where you are heading is greater, mightier than where you have been or where you are right now. You know what I'm saying? So remain blessed.